recently, I found a perfect partner who I just can't leave behind. You guessed it. I'm talking about the Asus 8Z. With its compact form factor and a mere 169 grams weight, it fits perfectly into my lifestyle. And if I need to use it to receive calls or check updates, I can easily do it with just one hand. Also, I want to let you in on a little secret. I am a single device man when it comes to my digital life, and I hate to be tied down behind a desk. And that's why I prefer to use the phone not just for communication, but also as the sole computation device. I mean, putting together quick documents, proposals, pitching ideas, and planning my schedules, and everything else. I put the Asus 8Z to the test over the last week, and it kept pace with me through every routine I put it through. The superlative performance and response time on the screen of the Asus 8Z has truly impressed me. So I'm certain that the processor on the Asus 8Z is geared up for some real heavy lifting. Also, I like the fact that the screen size is not small, but well optimized with minimum trade-off.
We set out to make the most ergonomic phone we could that's still truly a flagship without compromises. But what makes a phone ergonomic? From our study, the key factor is the length of the thumb. If you want your phone to fit into your palm and be able to reach the left and right side of the display effortlessly, pretty much all flagship phones these days are approaching a width of 80 millimeters. But research shows that over 95% of us have a thumb length of 70 millimeters or less. So to be ergonomic, a phone should ideally have a width of less than 70 millimeters. To illustrate this, here are some thumb zone simulations comparing different phones. Green is where your thumb can reach easily, and red is where you probably can't reach even when stretching your thumb. After going through several designs and prototypes and some clever math, we concluded that around 68 millimeters is the sweet spot that even users with a smaller than average hand can use comfortably while still giving the biggest possible display space on the phone. Alright, so we know the ideal width. What about the height then? Well, in theory, the taller the phone, the better, since you increase the size of the display, right? But besides looking pretty odd, a really tall phone increases the overall weight, and even worse, shifts the weight balance, making it uncomfortable to hold. A tall phone also fits in less pockets, so there's a clear upper limit for how tall phones should be. After another round of simulations, prototypes, and math, we found the sweet spot to be just under 150 millimeters. At that height, phones fit into pretty much any pocket, from jeans to shirts and jackets, or even leggings. From surveys, we know that performance and battery life are the two most important valued features customers desire in a compact phone. So we set out to make a true flagship phone in a compact chassis. And in true Asus fashion, we pushed everything to the limit. And we didn't just try to make it barely good enough to qualify as a flagship. First of all, we naturally chose the 5nm Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 to sit at the heart of the Zenfone 8. Next up, the battery. We wanted a large battery that matches the Snapdragon 888. So we split the motherboard into two pieces and then used an interposer to essentially stack the two pieces on top of each other to reduce the overall footprint, which allowed us to pack in a generous 4000 mAh battery.
So monsoon is my favorite time of year. And with the IP68 water and dust resistance on Asus 8Z, I can really be at ease, even if it starts raining while I'm on a run or say I'm on a trek. And despite the compact form factor, it really seems to have my kind of mileage on the go. The 4000 mAh high-capacity battery keeps it going, even when I'm doing one of my longer endurance runs. And of course, today, pictures and videos are the lifeline of our social lives. And the Asus 8Z camera, well, don't even get me started on it.
So Dinesh, what I love about this phone is that it is so handy. You know how those unscripted, unposed moments at a wedding and in life are just unmissable, but you don't often have the luxury of having a huge camera with you at all times or even lighting it up perfectly. But with the Asus 8Z, I have literally the perfect camera and device that can capture all of those moments right here in my pocket always. And it's not just that the phone is small, inside of that small phone is a large sensor, and that I can make it work even with a minimal lighting setup. But in today's day and age, every flagship phone comes with huge camera features and so many other gimmicks and whatnot. But it's the small details that you guys have put in this Asus 8Z that have caught my attention. I mean, we've obviously all heard of Pro Photo Mode and Optical Image Stabilization, OIS as it's called. But the Asus 8Z, it brings unique advanced capabilities that honestly delight me as a pro photographer. I love the 3-axis image stabilization for both the rear cameras. It makes for great hyper steady videos, and that's not just in the regular mode but also in the pro mode, the slow motion, time lapse, and all of this with motion tracking. On top of this, it has amazing video features in the pro video mode, which let me have a little bit of fun, like the free zoom and the wind filter to add a cinematic touch to every video. But then video is not just about the visual, it's also about the audio. And for that, there are triple microphones for enhanced audio capture while recording. These enable something very cool called the acoustic focus mode that lets you choose the direction of the sound you want to record and eliminate all the other unwanted sounds. But enough about the features, let me show you some photos that I've made. Just look at the detail the 8Z captures, especially in the 64 megapixel Pro mode. It's not slow either, I can shoot action with it. Oh, and check out portrait mode, where I can adjust the bokeh before taking the shot and after taking it too. And it's the kind of things you would expect from a professional camera, all in your hands. And on top of all of this, since I travel a lot, all the processing and editing usually happens at the back end in my studio. And for this, I am super hyped that the Asus 8Z supports truly 5G. It makes my uploads so much faster.
Well, Joseph, we've specifically designed it to suit all your purposes at once. You can call it an So there you have it, guys, the extraordinary flagship smartphone that packs super performance into a compact, easy to handle package, the Asus 8Z. Asus 8Z will be available on Flipkart. Asus 8Z 8GB 128GB variant will be available for only rupees 42,999.
Asus 8Z sale will start on Flipkart on 7th March at 12 PM.